The sky over Earth burned blue and gold as the alien fleet descended, their ships slicing through the clouds like blades through silk. The people of Earth paused, not in fear, but in disbelief. For years, they had watched the stars, dreaming of first contact. But no one expected it to start with a threat. Then a human stood tall and said, "You want war? We'll give you a war." The message from the alien empire came in cold, clear words: surrender your planet, or be erased from the galaxy. They called themselves the Carthari, conquerors of over 400 worlds. They expected the humans to fold, to beg, to bow. But humans had a different way of doing things. President Elena Cruz stood in front of the global broadcast and said, "We are not your subjects. We are not your prey. We are Earth, and we don't go down without a fight." Across the planet, nations stopped arguing and started building. Soldiers trained side by side with engineers. Teenagers coded defense AI between classes. "We're not fighting for flags," said a pilot in Tokyo. "We're fighting for each other." The Carthari began with orbital bombardments. Cities trembled. But from the rubble rose courage. In Paris, a baker turned his food truck into a supply runner. In Nairobi, a doctor operated under open sky with drones guarding overhead. "They can break our buildings," someone said, "but not our backbone." The Carthari general stood tall on his command bridge, watching Earth's resistance grow. "They are unorganized," he hissed. His advisor shook her head. "They are unpredictable." A strike force landed in Australia and was met with homemade tanks welded from mining machines. In space, Earth launched scrappy fighters powered by old satellites and salvaged tech. "They throw junk at us," a Carthari pilot laughed, just before being taken down by a microwave-powered railgun. "Never underestimate human creativity," murmured a scientist watching the skies. The turning point came when a small human ship crashed into a Carthari dreadnought, setting off a chain reaction that destroyed the alien flagship. The footage spread like wildfire. A child watching in Brazil whispered, "We can win." And suddenly, winning didn't seem impossible. "They came thinking we were weak," said General Briggs, leading the resistance from the Arctic base. "But all they did was give us something to fight for." In the final battle above Earth, the sky looked like a storm of fire and lightning. Human ships buzzed around the Carthari like hornets. "Their formations are sloppy," said a Carthari commander. "But their will is terrifying." Inside her ship, President Cruz gave one last order. "Make them regret ever coming here." Earth launched everything: missiles, drones, even hacked enemy ships. A Carthari vessel tried to retreat. "Too late," whispered a human hacker, activating a self-destruct protocol hidden in the enemy code. The alien general stood stunned. They were supposed to fall. But Earth didn't fall. Earth rose. From deserts, forests, oceans, and orbit, humanity roared back. "You want war?" cried a soldier planting the Earth flag on a fallen alien mech. "We'll give you a war." The Carthari fleet, broken and leaderless, retreated. Not in silence, but chased by Earth's thunder. The silence after the war was louder than the battles. Cities were in pieces, but humanity was whole. The world had changed, not from fear, but from unity. Children born after would ask, "What happened when the sky turned red?" And their parents would say, "That's when we showed them what it means to be human." Monuments were built, not to victory, but to defiance. Soldiers returned home, not as warriors, but as legends. A child once asked President Cruz, "What made us win?" She smiled and replied, "We didn't wait to be saved. We saved ourselves." The world would never be the same, but it was still ours.